Hello, welcome to Sound and Fury Book Reviews. As usual, I am Tina. Today I'm doing a book review of Prompt Excursion by Lewis Kingston. This is a book that I think came out in 2023, might have been 2022. This is an indie sci-fi title. I received this book as part of the SPSFC3 allocation for Team Book Invasion, as it's one of our quarter-finalists in the competition. This is going to be a regular review, and at the end I'll chat a little bit about how I'm ranking it for the competition. An absolutely captivating hard sci-fi thriller with wonderful twists and turns, Prompt Excursion keeps you guessing. It's like reading an escape room, one that will kill you if you fail. So what is it about? An injured officer awakes on a heavily damaged military spaceship. Her memory is impaired. No one answers her calls. The ship is out of control. They are dying adrift, the chance of rescue shrinking by the second. Clinging to the few positive thoughts she can remember, she fights to survive, to restore order, to bring the ship to safety. But should she? Step aboard the Prompt Excursion and find out what's at stake in this high-tension sci-fi story that's packed with mystery, technology, and adventure. We all make choices. Hers might kill you. I'm going to straight up say that this is why I wanted to be a part of the SPSFC. To find really amazing indie sci-fi books that are out of the box and absolutely fascinating. This book is wonderful. Johansson is a rich and likable character because she feels real. She's stuck in a career she doesn't like but does it for her family. She has issues with said family but nothing traumatic, which is nice. As well, trauma stories are important. It seems you sometimes can't get a character without a tragic backstory nowadays. And she's also determined, strong, and capable, as well as getting scared. Makes dumb mistakes, as anyone would in that situation, and she is stubborn. She's immensely likable, and I love that she was middle-aged, a mother, and a woman in STEM and the military. She does human things too. She starts to personify her suit, patting it and talking to it like we all do in inanimate objects that were around a lot. She talks to herself, and she takes time to eat and drink, because humans need food for energy, if you didn't know that, which a lot of books seem to forget when they are like go, go, go all the time. This one was great because it felt like she's always tired. She's always hungry. And she takes time to remedy those things. I do want to talk about a big spoiler, so skip ahead to this spot to skip it. Please do, because you should read this book. I thought Law was fantastic as a foil or a villain. Like Johansson, you are initially put off by her, but then she kind of grows on you, and you start to sympathize with her, and then she turns into a batshit crazy bad guy. That was awesome. She kept me guessing, and her hard-ass obsessive personality was just enough mad scientist gone too far. I loved their dynamic. I thought she really kind of added a lot to the story when she came into it, because about 50% I think that's when she shows up, and before then I was like, what else is going to happen here? The setting is wonderful. Not only the derelict or damaged ship, but there are references here and there to the world and how capitalism and climate are causing the need to expand into the universe, how things are still kind of dystopian regarding stuff like ads and wealth inequality and employment and things like that. The book is a mix of thriller, a smattering of horror, and hard sci-fi. There are some excellent references to Alien thrown in, as the book does retain that feel at times, so those were kind of apt. The book also never forgets that the ship is in vacuum, so the physics around that are really well done. I'm not an expert by any means, but from what I could tell, it was realistic and logical. There are quite a few amazing moments too, where I was like, wow, that's really freaking clever, both on the part of Johansson and the author. The former because she's a smart woman, and the latter because the things that just seem like cool sci-fi stuff are extremely relevant to the plot in later moments. The book is intricately plotted, and I was quite impressed by it. In terms of the writing, I mentioned in my quarterfinalist post that the book uses Myriad properly, but unfortunately, as I got further into it and read the whole book, it suffers from overusing it. Myriad is a fun, eye-catching word, like a red couch in an austere living room, but throw in too many red couches and the room loses its luster. It becomes too much. That's what happened here. Too much Myriad. The book also gets bogged down a bit by the technical language. For engineers or spaceship enthusiasts, you'd likely really enjoy this, but I did find my attention drifting somewhat when the tech stuff became a bit too heavy. I'll gladly read about alien social structures until the cows come home, but when it comes to spaceships, which I do find interesting, I'm not like, ooh, tell me exactly how the fusion reactor works. The book sometimes reads like it's for someone who would watch spaceship repair channels on YouTube in the future. My husband. Yet, as soon as this started to kind of be a bit much, like this technical language, the book moves away from it. So I was never wanting to skip ahead. It never became tedious. It just got to the point where I was kind of like, okay, and then it would move on. So that was really good. Tied to this, the pacing is fantastic. Right when you think, okay, where's this book going? Something changes. It's almost perfectly timed. As soon as I thought I'd figured it out or wondered if it was going to start meandering, it took a new turn. And there are some damn good twists at the end that I didn't see coming. And it takes a lot to surprise me in a sci-fi book because I read so much sci-fi. So I was like, whoa. And the last paragraph of the book is awesome. It was really, really well done. There are also some elegiac lines in the novel that balance out the heavy text stuff. I'm going to read them because I like them. But the cold drove forth, like a stallion surging through the mist, pulling the all-encompassing dark along behind it, an impenetrable murk closing around her like a zipper being drawn through the final union of life's frail circle. I was like, that's fun. I like this one. The number rang in her mind like the toiling of a church tower from miles away, distant but identifiable. That was kind of neat, because everyone I think knows what that sounds like. And the last one. The ship, alone in space, captured for one last time from the outside, like the final photograph of a solitary being of near-extinct species on the brink of disappearing in a blink. It's really cool. So yes, I highly recommend this novel to anyone who likes realistic sci-fi and spaceships. Highly, highly recommended. Onwards to the SPSFC part of it. So we have to rate the books out of 10. To make it fair, I'm rating each book's aspects, writing, characters, world building, and plot out of 2.5, and then I have a tiebreaker kind of at the end for 1 point. The tiebreaker is something I just kind of like, I like this book a lot. It's a personal preference, it's subjective, as opposed to an objective point about the narrative craft like all the other things. So for this one, I'm giving the writing a 1.5. The overuse of myriad distracted me, as did some other minor grammatical things, and the heavy technical writing did get a bit overwhelming at times. I'm giving the characters a 2, as I can't really explain much without spoilers, so just accept that. The world building is a 1.75. I could have used a bit more on the situation of the world universe itself to kind of really broaden that out. I just found that I wanted just a bit more. The plot is a perfect 2.25. I thought it was flawless, and I'm giving this book the tiebreaker for surprising me with the twists, the missile part that was awesome, and, well, I appreciated the overdose of Bechdel test in this novel. So this book gets a whooping 8.5 out of 10 from me, and that's me being picky because it's a competition. I'm generally a high reviewer, though. I'm giving it 5 stars on all the review sites, so you can expect that in the future, Mr. Author. I friggin' love this book. I might get my favorite book for December, so good job, Lewis. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll be posting another SPSFC book review on Thursday, actually, and then I'm going to have the other 2 posted early in January, because I don't need to do a post, as I've said before, of Down Below Beyond, because I've already reviewed that, so thanks.